And what did you do at McKinsey? How long did you stay? And what did you learn from there?
I learned that you could get paid at McKinsey for doing very little work if you work the system. No, it's actually, that's not a joke. I think they're still paying me. I still charge all my lunches to AT&T. Yeah, McKinsey is, look, it's a great firm. I met a lot of great people there. I think it wasn't necessarily for me, and I'll talk about that from the perspective of sort of how I saw it, and then also how I probably interacted with the firm. So it's very much, consulting is very much sort of academic business. It's a good place to start, I think, to learn some skills if you want, but it is very much academic business. It's a lot of very maybe high IQ people who aren't tremendously commercial all the time. That didn't really fit me as well culturally, so I think that was one thing. I do think that, to be fair to McKinsey, I also sort of came out of college and signed up for this job and figured, oh wow, I'm gonna be a consultant. They'll just have me like, I'll be advising Bill Gates personally at Microsoft because that's what they should have me do because I'm so wonderful. So I don't think I really had the mindset of being, investing to be a great employee. And I think that changed my next job. So, you know, part of it is I'd say consulting, interesting short-term thing, make sure it's the right fit for you. Second thing I'd say is you do have to pick something that you're willing to invest in to build your skills because, you know, you don't just sort of walk in and end up running the company day one.
Well, speaking of invest in, you moved on to Bain, another great firm, and that was a different experience. Tell us what you did there and why, you know, what you learned and why it was valuable to you.
Yeah, so I ended up going, after I finished at McKinsey, to Bain Capital, so which is the private equity firm, and it's now, I don't know, they manage $60, $70 billion across multiple locations. At the time I went, from 97 to 99, they had a $500 million buyout fund. It was run, most people know Mitt Romney, because he's run for president unsuccessfully. So Mitt ran the firm, and it was 50 investment professionals. And that was a lot of work. I definitely worked a lot harder than McKinsey, but I learned a ton about business because basically, in essence, what they're doing as opposed to consulting is investing money, not only their LPs' money, but their own money. They'd invest alongside it, and they would let us, as junior employees, invest our money in the deals. So you really had a vested interest in the outcome of it. And it was very sort of black and white, whereas if you invest $1 and you return $4, then you made money. You obviously might have been lucky, but that's a success. Whereas at McKinsey, it's much more, you make a presentation, it's like figure skating at the Olympics. You know, it's like the judge says it's an 8 or a 9, and I mean, the judge could be an idiot, but that's basically what you need to do. So, you know, so I learned a ton at Bain Capital. It's really served me well in everything I've done entrepreneurially to get some sort of foundation in finance. I knew I wasn't going to do that long term, so that was an example of something I knew. I went in, I told them I knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur ultimately, but I felt that this was something where I could learn a lot and it could be a stepping stone for me.